evaluate. Let's say that you're given this limit as x approaches infinity for this whole expression. How do you evaluate this limit as x approaches infinity? Well, you find the highest power of x in the whole problem. So the highest power of x in the whole problem right here will be x raised to the second power. You don't need to divide by x raised to the fourth power because it's inside the radical. So x raised to the second power will be the highest power of x in this whole problem. So once you find the highest power of x in the whole problem, you just divide it by the highest power for the numerator and the denominator. So for the numerator, you just divide it by x to the second plus 6x divided by x to the second minus 2 divided by x to the second. As for the denominator, you do the same thing. You divide all this by the highest power, which is x squared. Once you do that, the next thing you need to do is just simplify it. So x squared divided by x squared, it will cancel out, so you're left with 4 plus 6x divided by x squared. So to simplify this term, it will be x 1 minus 2. So x1 minus 2 will be x raised to negative 1. To get rid of the negative, you put it on a denominator so that it becomes positive. So it will be 1 times 6 will be 6 divided by x. As for this one, it will stay the same because the numerator doesn't have any variable to subtract with the denominator's variable. So it will stay the same. As for the denominator right here, the x raised to the fourth minus 2. So you're left with x squared. As for this one, it will become 1. So it's plus 1 because x squared divided by x squared equals to 1. As for this one, 5 divided by x squared, it will be 5 divided by x squared because the numerator right here doesn't have any variable for you to subtract. So it will stay the same expression as this one right here. Once you have all this, you have to notice that 6 divided by x will become 0 because if you take 6 divided by a very large number almost to infinity, because the limit says as x approaches infinity, right? So you take x almost to a very large number, you take 6 divided by it will become 0. 2 divided by a very large number almost to infinity, it will become 0. So on the numerator, you will left with 4. On the denominator, the radical x squared becomes 1. So 4 times 1 equals to radical 4 plus radical 1, and this one will reach 0 because if you take 5 divided by a very large number, it will reach 0. So you could put plus 0 right here. So this problem will be 4 divided by radical 4 becomes 2, radical 1 becomes 1. So the answer will be 4 divided by 3.